Hello students, in the previous lecture I have told you about the triangle and its types, means the classification of triangles according to their sides and according to their angles. I have also explained you about the various terms in the triangle. For example, what is the centroid of the triangle, what are the medians of the triangle, what do you mean by altitude, what is orthocenter, then circumcircle, incircle. I have told you one property also, angle sum property of the triangle. What is the angle sum property of the triangle? According to it, sum of all the angles of triangle equals to 180 degree. A triangle is having total 6 components, 3 angles and 3 sides, and sum of all the angles of triangle is equal to 180 degree. It's clear? This is the angle sum property of triangle. Now there is one more property, which is the exterior angle property of triangle. Exterior angle property of triangle. Angle property. Now what do you mean by exterior angle? Exterior angle of triangle means it is the angle between one side and produced part of the other side. Exterior angle means angle between one side and produced part of the other side. That angle is called the exterior angle. For example, here what will be the angle between the side BC and produced part of AC? Side BC and produced part of AC. If you see here, so you produce this. This is BC. Now you produce AC. So when you will produce AC means from in this side you will produce. It's clear? So this angle between BC and produced part of AC, it is drawn by the red color. So this angle will be the exterior angle. Similarly, what will be the angle between the AB and produced part of CA? So what is the produced part of CA? It is this. This is the produced part of CA. This will be the produced part of CA. And AB is this, so this angle will be the exterior angle. Then angle between AC and produced part of BC. AC is this, produced part of BC means this angle. So these angles are the exterior angles. Angle between one side and produced part of other side. Produced part of other side. That is known as the exterior angle. Now what is the exterior angle property of the triangle? So according to the exterior angle property of the triangle, exterior angle of triangle is equal to sum of interior opposite angles. Exterior angle of triangle is equal to sum of interior opposite angles. You can see here, exterior angle of triangle is equal to sum of interior opposite angles. Here opposite angles. That is known as this is called the exterior angle property of the triangles. It is clear? Now see here. If you see here this property, for example, I have taken this exterior angle. This is the exterior angle at the vertex C. This you can name as X. It's clear. Now if you see here, then this is the exterior angle. This angle is exterior angle. It's clear. Whose name is here angle ACX. it will be equal to what? It will be equal to sum of interior opposite angles. Now see here, what are the interior angles of triangle? Angle A, angle B, angle C. Angle C cannot be opposite to this because it is the adjacent angle. It is the adjacent to the exterior angle. It's clear? Angle C cannot be opposite to exterior angle at the C. This is the adjacent angle. This dotted angle is adjacent to this. So which are the two opposite angles, two opposite interior angles? So one is the angle A and other is the angle B. So you can write it as angle A plus angle B. Angle A plus angle B. Now you see one more. Here there is one more exterior angle at the point B, at the vertex B. It is clear? It is the angle between CB and produced part of AB. This. What is the name of this? It is angle CBY. Angle CBY. It will be equal to which sum of which two angles? So opposite to this there are these two angles. Angle A plus angle C. It is clear? Angle A plus angle C. So this is the exterior angle property of the triangle. It is clear? Now see here. Now after this I will give you concept of congruency and of triangle. Congruency of the triangle. So see here. First you know the meaning of congruent figures. What do you mean by congruent figures? There are two terms. Congruent figures. And one is the similar figures. Similar figures. So see here, what is the meaning of similar figures? Those which are same in shape. Those which are same in shape. If two figures which are same in shape, they are said to be similar in figure. It's clear? They are said to be similar. For example, this is a football and this is a cricket ball. It's clear? This is a football and it is a cricket ball. Both are same in shape. Both are spherical. Therefore, they are similar. What is the sign of similarity? It is the sign of similarity. This is the sign of similarity. Means you can see here bigger size football is similar to the smaller size football. Whether they are equal? No, they are not equal. And why they are not equal? Because their sizes are different. Though they are same in shape, but the sizes are not same. It's clear? Now see here one more example you can see. Here there is one triangle. It's this. And there is another triangle inside it. I have drawn another triangle inside it. This you can name A, B, C. A, B, C. Here this is not, this is B and this is C. And the outer one you can name as PQR. Whether they are same in shape? So you can see here, yes, they are same in shape. They are same in shape. Means both the triangles are similar. But whether they are equal in size? So no, they are not equal in size. It's clear? Their sizes are different. Which one is the bigger triangle? Bigger size triangle, it is the triangle PQR, and triangle ABC, it is a triangle of smaller size. It is clear? So here both the triangles are similar, but they are not equal. They are not equal. It is clear? Now you take one more case. Here this is a triangle, this A B C, and there is another triangle, this P Q R. Whether they are same in shape? So no, they are not same in shape. Here their shapes are different. Their shapes are not same. It's clear? Therefore they are not similar, and they are not equal also. They are not equal, because if they are not same in shape, then there is no question of being equal. There is no question of being equal. Their areas may be same, but if areas of two things is equal, it does not mean that they are equal in all respects. For example, here suppose the area of this triangle is 100 centimeter square, and area of this rectangle is also 100 centimeter square. Both are having the equal area. Equal area having means, if they are having equal area, it does not mean that they are equal in size also. It does not mean that they are equal in size also. They will be equal in size only when if they are same in shape. It is clear? If they are same in shape. So you can see here. So here these figures are not similar. It is clear? So similar figures are those which are same in shape. It is clear? Now for being equal, they should be same in shape as well as in size. As well as in the size. For being equal, they should be same in shape as well as in the size. Now what is the meaning of congruent figures? Congruent figures means equal figures. Equal figures. And equal figures does not means that only their area is equal. Equal figures means they are same in shape. Same in shape as well as same in size. It's clear? Then only they are said to be congruent. So what is the first requirement of two figures to be congruent? They should be similar. What is the first requirement? If two figures are similar, that is same in shape as well as in size, then they will be congruent. They will be equal. It is clear? Congruent means same in shape as well as in size. Means non-similar figures cannot be congruent. Non-similar figures cannot be congruent. That is, therefore, non-similar figures. Non-similar figures means those which are not having same shape. Non-similar figures cannot be congruent. Cannot be congruent. It's clear? Now in this chapter we will discuss the congruency of triangles. In this chapter we will discuss the congruency of triangle. What is the meaning of the congruency of the triangles? So see here. Now congruency of triangles means two triangles are said to be congruent if they are same in shape. They are same in shape as well as in size. As well as in size. Then only they are said to be congruent. Same in shape means they will be similar. Same in shape means similar. It's clear? Same in shape means similar. Means you can see here, therefore congruent triangles must be similar. Triangles. Congruent triangles must be similar triangles. It's clear? Must be similar. But its reciprocal is not necessary. That is, but similar triangles need not to be congruent. It's clear? I have shown in the starting, I have shown you various examples in which the figures were similar but they were not congruent. Figures were similar but they were not congruent. Now how will you prove one more thing? If two triangles are similar, congruent, if two triangles are congruent, then if two triangles are congruent, then all the elements of one triangle will be equal to the elements of other triangle. Then all the elements of one triangle will be equal to elements of other triangle. All the elements of one triangle will be equal to the elements of other triangle. Now what do you mean by elements of triangle? Elements of triangle means three angles and three sides. It's clear? These are the total 6 elements of the triangle. So if two triangles are congruent, then it means angles of one triangle will be equal to the angles of other triangle, each to each. So therefore angles will be equal to angles of one triangle. Angles of one triangle will be equal to angles of other triangle, each to each. What is the meaning of each to each? Means one side of one triangle will be equal to one side of the other triangle. First side will be equal, first angle will be equal, second angle will be equal, third angle will be equal. It's clear? It will be like this. First will be equal, second will be equal, third will be equal. It's clear? Similarly, sides of one triangle will be equal to sides of other triangle, each to each. What is the meaning of each to each? I have told that side of one triangles will be equal to side of other triangles each to each, means first side will be equal, second side will be equal, and third side will be equal. So this is the meaning of congruency of two triangles. Congruency means they must be same in shape as well as in size. They are same in shape means they will be similar, means congruent triangles will be always similar. But similar triangles need not to be congruent. They may be different in the sizes. It's clear? Now, if the two triangles are congruent, then what does it mean? What does it mean? What is its actual meaning? Then it means the angles of one triangle will be equal to the angles of other triangle each to each. Sides of one triangle will be equal to the sides of other triangle each to each. Now after this I will explain you how will you prove congruency in between two triangles. It's clear? So there are four ways of proving the congruency in between two triangles. We can say that there are four criteria by which we can prove congruency in between two triangles. One is the SSS congruency rule. What is the meaning of SSS congruency rule? Means side congruency rule. According to it, if the sides of one triangle are equal to the sides of other triangle each to each, then both the triangles will be congruent. According to this, if the sides of one triangle are equal to the sides of other triangle each to each, then both the triangles will be congruent. For example, here I am making two triangles. You can see here, this is one triangle is this is one triangle, triangle A, B and C, and there is another triangle here, triangle PQR. It's clear? And here it is given that AB is equal to PR. It's clear? These same symbol means they are equal. BC is equal to QR and AC is equal to PQ. If this thing is given, I am writing here in this side, given AB equals to PR, then BC equals to QR and AC is equal to PQ. You can see here AB equals to PR, BC equals to QR and AC equals to PQ. Therefore, both the triangles will be congruent. These two triangles will be congruent. So how will you write this thing, this mathematical statement that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR in mathematical language? So in mathematical language this will be written as, therefore triangle ABC, as we know that congruent triangles are similar as well as equal. So how will you write? This is the sign of similarity and this is the sign of equality to triangle PQR. It's clear? You can see here. The upper sign is of similarity and the lower sign is of equality. It's clear? So triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. And when two triangles are congruent, then their remaining parts will also be equal. Now what are the remaining parts which have been left here? So you can see here remaining parts are the angles of the triangle, because the sides are already given equal. So what are the left parts? Left parts are the angles of the triangle. Now see here, corresponding angles will be equal. What is the meaning of corresponding angles? Means which are included by the same pair of equal sides. Same pair of equal sides. You can see here. This is the by side 1 and side 2. By this symbol and this symbol, this angle is included. You can see here, this angle is included. By the same two sides, which angle is including there? By the same first and second side, which angle is including there? So it is the angle R. It is the angle R. You can see here. It's clear. Angle R means you can say that angle B will be equal to angle R. Now once again you see here, this angle is included by which two sides? It is by second and third. Second and third. Now where you see, in this triangle you see, where are the second and third? Second is this, third is this. Now which angle they are including? Which angle they are including? So it is that angle at which it will be the angle at the point of their intersection. So see here, QR and PQ are intersecting at Q. So it will be equal to which angle? It will be equal to this angle. It's clear. Here we have denoted by double arrows, double that, so double arcs. So here also you will denote by double arcs. It's clear. This is arc. This we call as the arc. So there are double arcs. So here also double arcs. So you can write angle C is equal to angle Q. These are the corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Now see here, third one. Third one is this here, included by first and third. Here first and third is this. It's clear. Means angle A equals to angle P. This is by which property? CP/CTC. CP/CTC. What is the meaning of CP/CTC? Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Corresponding parts, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Are congruent. Congruent means equal. It's clear. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Are congruent means are equal. It's clear. So this is the SSS criteria for proving congruency in between two triangles. SSS congruency rule. It's clear. Now after this we will see the second one, SAS congruency. So you can see here what is the SAS congruency. Here I am you can see SAS congruency. What is the meaning of the SAS congruency? If in between two triangles, two sides are equal and angle included by those sides are equal, then both the triangles will be congruent. You can, all of you wait for a minute. Yes. What is the meaning of SAS congruency rule? According to the SAS congruency rule, if in between two triangles two pair of sides are equal and angle included to them are also equal, means angle must be formed by those two sides which are given equal. Angle must be formed by those two sides which are given equal. So if the included angle is also equal, then both the triangles will be congruent. So you can see here in between these two triangle, AB is given equal to PR, BC is given equal to QR, and this angle is given equal to this angle. Whether they will be congruent, so you can see here, this side is equal to this side is equal to this side. Here which angle is included by these two sides? This. And which angle is included by the equal sides here? It is the angle R. They are not equal. It's clear. Angle B is not equal to the angle R. Angle B is equal to the angle P. Therefore they cannot be congruent. It is clear. They cannot be congruent. How will you represent? You will represent by this way. It's clear. Triangle ABC is not congruent to triangle PQR. It's clear. These two triangles are not congruent. Why? Because they are not fulfilling to that criteria for proving congruency. It's clear. Now see here, but if it is equal to this angle B is equal to angle R, then they will be congruent, because then that criteria will be fulfilled. So you can see here what is given here. Given is AB equals to PR, BC equals to QR, angle B equals to angle R. Two sides and angle included by them are equal to two sides and angle included by them. Therefore they are congruent. Both the triangles are congruent. Therefore triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. It's clear. Here SAS congruency. SAS congruency. It's clear. Now see here, what are the leftover parts? So in the leftover part, one side is left and two angles are left. So see here which side is left? AC. There which side is left? PQ. Means AC will be equal to PQ. By which property? By CP/CTC. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. It's clear. Now this side will be equal to here this side. Now see here, which angle will be corresponding to angle C? There. So angle C denoted by, it's included by, angle C is included by which two sides? BC and AC. Which side is corresponding to BC here? QR. Which side is corresponding to AC? It is PQ. So what will be the angle included by this and this? It is the angle Q. So angle C will be equal to angle Q. This way you will identify the corresponding parts. You can see here this angle A, it is included by this and this. In this triangle it is here and this one is here. So which angle? Angle P. So angle A will be equal to angle P. So this is by CP/CTC. It's clear. But the angles must be included angle. If the angle is not included, then this criteria will not be fulfilled and triangle will not be congruent. It's clear. So this is the second criteria of proving the congruency in between two triangles. It's clear. After this we will see the third criteria, ASA congruency. So you can see There are total 4 criteria of proving the congruency in between two triangles. What is the meaning of ASA congruency? If in between two triangles, two angles are equal and side included by them are also equal, means side must be passing through those angles. Side must be passing through those angles. It is clear? This side must be included. If this is not included, then what will happen? It will not apply correctly. It's clear? That's why I am writing S in between. S is written always in between. In case if it is written AAS, so in that S must be included by these two sides. S, this side must be included by these two angles. This side must be included by these two angles. So see here, what is ASA congruency? If in between two triangles, two pair of angles are equal and side including to them are also equal, then both the triangles will be congruent. You can see. This is triangle XYZ and this is triangle PQR. Here angle Y is equal to angle Q. Angle Z is equal to angle R. Now see here, if in between two triangles, two pair of angles are equal, then third will be automatically equal. If in between two triangles, two pair of angles are equal, then third will also be equal. Means angle X will be equal to angle P. Angle X will be equal to angle P. That I am denoted here. That way I have denoted. It is clear? Now if you see here, if YZ is given equal to PR, YZ is equal to PR, whether they will be congruent, whether these two triangles are congruent. So you can see here that they are satisfying to AAS. Why they are satisfying to AAS? This angle is equal to this angle. It's clear? This angle is equal to this angle and third is equal to third. It's clear? Third will be automatically equal. If two are given equal, then third will be automatically equal and one side is also equal. So you can say that AAS is applying, but it is not correct, because here there is a condition that side must be touching to the same pair of angles. You can see here a YZ is touching to this and this, while here PR is touching to the different angles. It is touching to the different angles. It's clear? YZ is equal to PR, but it is not touching to the same angles. Therefore, they cannot be congruent. They cannot be congruent. But in case if it is like this, YZ is equal to QR, YZ is equal to QR, then you can see here ASA congruency will apply. Means what is given here, you can see angle Y equals to angle Q, angle Z will be equal to angle R. It's clear? And YZ is equal to QR. Therefore, triangle XYZ is congruent to triangle PQR. By which criteria? By ASA congruency rule. By ASA criteria. Now what are the left parts? So left parts are one angle and two sides. So you can see here Here which angle is left? Angle X. So angle X will be equal to angle P. Then you see the corresponding sides. XY is touching to this and this. Here it will be PQ. XY will be equal to PQ. Then XZ will be equal to PR. XZ equals to PR. So by CP, CTC, these will also be equal. This is the CP, CTC means corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. It's clear? Now I am coming over the last congruency criteria. It is the RHS congruency rule. RHS congruency rule, it applies only for the right angle triangle. It is clear? While the remaining three can also apply for right angle triangle. Means triple S, ASA and that SAS. They can apply for right angle triangle also. But RHS congruency rule, it applies only for right angle triangle, not to any other triangle. It is clear? So what is the RHS congruency rule? If in between two right angle triangle, hypotenuse is equal, hypotenuse means side opposite to 90 degree angle. Hypotenuse is equal and one more side is equal. Then both the right angle triangles will be congruent. You can see here. Here this is one right angle triangle. This is A, B, C. And there is another right angle triangle, this. This is PQR. Now if in between two right angle triangle, hypotenuse is equal, means this is equal to this. And one more side is also equal, suppose this equals to this. Then both the triangles will be congruent, means what is given here? What is given? Angle B is equal to angle Q. You can see here, right angle, hypotenuse, one side. Right angle, hypotenuse, one side. It is clear, this is the meaning. It is 90 degree. Then AC is equal to PR and BC equals to PQ. So right angle is equal, hypotenuse is equal and one more side is equal. Therefore both the triangles will be congruent. So triangle ABC will be congruent to triangle PQR. Now what are the corresponding sides and corresponding angles? So what is the third side here? Here third side left is AB. Here third side left is QR. So AB will be equal to QR. Then you can see here this angle. It is included by which two? This and this. Here this and this is this. It's clear? Double line and dot. Double line and dot, so this angle is forming. So it will be equal to angle R. Means angle A equals to angle R. Then you can see here this angle, angle C. It is included by first and second. First and second here including angle P. So it will be equal to angle C equals to angle P by CP CTC. It's clear? So these are the four criteria of proving congruency in between two triangles. It's clear? By this way we can prove the congruency of two triangles. Now here the first exercise, which is the exercise 10.1. It is based on first two congruencies, triple S and SAS. While the 10.2 is based on the remaining two, ASA and RHS. So in the next lecture we will do the questions from exercise. Till then you revise this, because this should be thoroughly understood by you. Though you have studied this chapter in the lower classes also, but now in the class 9th it should be thoroughly understood, and I hope that it will be clear to you from my lecture. It is clear. But even then, even if you are having any problem, then you are free to ask the questions regarding this. So thank you.